Alright, everybody. Hey, thanks for waiting. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. I hope the audio is okay. Please let me know if it's not. If anything's too loud, let me know. Today we're going to be doing Nahida's second character quest. I'm not going to try and pronounce it, and I've been calling it Nahida Enter the Dragon. So that's what I'm going to call it. We're going to get started in a moment. I just have to accept the quest and finish switching my teams real quick. Because I was doing my dailies before I hopped on for live. So, just real quick.
Very well. I shall put my official duties to one side for...
Now that I have Ayato, we're all set. I don't have my lovely co-host today, but I do have my lovely Lola, my little puppy.
There are so many
She'll be hanging out with us today.
Don't you remember your adventure plans?
Hopefully she doesn't make too much noise. But yeah, I'm excited. I really need this boss, you know, obviously for Kaveh and Baiju who are coming out, but I also want to see the lore that's in here, especially about dragons, because really, besides Zhongli, the only dragons we've really met are Ashtaha and Dvalin, so we'll hopefully learn something today. More about the dragons. I'm gonna try not to speak over cutscenes, so I hope that's okay with everybody, and we'll discuss my thoughts afterwards. So yeah, let's head to the entrance of Sumeru City and get this thing started. Oh wait, Potty Saurus.
Hey! Isn't that Nahida? Nahida! Paimon didn't think we'd run into you here! Oh, hey there! It's been a while, hasn't it? What have you two been up to?
Same old, adventuring and stuff. Helping all kinds of people. Or the usual. Mining, fishing, genius invocation, TCG, and catching crystal flies. I guess this is, I mean, it's all accurate, but...
Seems like you've been enjoying yourselves. How about you? What are you up to now? I'm just looking out for some weeds while getting some fresh air. I noticed that I have some blurry memories after saving Irminsul. I almost feel like there's still something extremely important I need to do. But I can't remember what it is. Why is that?
It's probably the effects of Irminsul, which, if you're just tuning in and you've never played Genshin before, you just happen to find my stream or my VOD, wherever you end up seeing this. A lot of stuff happened in the story quest that affect memories of a lot of the main characters, which includes Nahida here.
Don't worry, we'll help you remember.
Feel free to fill us in, or maybe I can help. Maybe I can help.
Thank you so much. Since you're willing to help, I have something I'd like to show you.
That's interesting.
Oh, it's beautiful. It looks like it's filled with some kind of power. I found it in the sanctuary of Suristana, but I have no recollection of it whatsoever. It's filled with pure elemental power that is quite similar to mine, but yet it's also a little different. It's very likely that it's connected to my foggy memory, but I can't figure out what it is.
It's most likely something that Greater Lord Ruka Devata left behind, or but what's with her foggy memory? Honestly, I'm curious about both, but my first thought was that it must have belonged to Greater Lord Ruka Devata, honestly, so we're gonna go with that one.
Traveler, do you have any ideas?
I don't know, but it's very concerning. It's very concerning.
You know, Nahida, we just happen to be going on an adventure right now. If we find anything, we'll be sure to let you know right away.
Thanks, you two. I didn't mean to trouble you again.
Don't mention it. Besides, it seems you've got a lot on your mind, and we'd like to help.
Hey, get out! You shouldn't be around here! I'm sorry, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Fungi don't usually come near this place. Last warning! Get out before I kick you out, you hear?
Hang on. I think it's trying to tell us something.
But Great Dendro Archon, it's a monster!
Please, don't worry. I think I understand. Seems that it wants us to follow it.
You can understand it?
Even though different creatures have varying habits and ways of communicating, the emotions we experience are all the same. I can feel its anxiety and fear. It's in dire need of our help.
Well, fungi are kinda cute, but...
Bongo Head is a really nice fungus, you know. Yeah, I miss Bongo Head.
That's true. Okay, let's go take a look.
Alright, lead the way, little fungus.
She's so easily convinced.
Although they all look about the same, some fungi are friendly, while others are super aggressive and attack anyone they see.
It can't be helped. Perhaps in their eyes, humans are like fierce monsters as well. After all, they can't distinguish which human behaviors are hostile or not, and it'd already be too late for them once humans have drawn their weapons. Hence why they tend to strike first, rather than waiting.
That's not too different from how humans think sometimes.
That's what I meant by shared emotions.
Oh no, the little guy's knocked over. What's the matter, little guy?
It appears it was in a hurry because of this unconscious fungus.
Seems like they might be family. So maybe this fungus wanted to bring Nahida here to help its family member.
Probably. Although fungi are simple creatures, they're very sensitive to elemental power. Maybe it noticed me on my way back and thought I'd be able to help. I'll take a look. I should be able to help if it's just a common illness.
What is it, Nahida?
Strange. Very strange. This fungus didn't develop from a spore. It's an elemental life form.
Huh? An elemental life form?
What's the difference?
Yes. Although the fungi you normally see are capable of using elemental powers, they're merely borrowing elemental power from nature around them.
Oh, thank you.
As for this fungus, it has elemental power flowing through it. Definitely not anything like your typical fungus.
So you're saying it only looks like a fungus?
Exactly. This is very interesting. I've never seen anything like it.
So this is a first even for Nahida.
But that's not all. There's a large void within its elemental power. The void is stopping the elemental power from flowing normally, which must be why it fainted.
So do you think it'll wake up if we can fill the void?
Yes, and I just so happen to be good at this sort of thing. I'll see what I can do right away.
So helpful, little Nahida.
My power was compatible. Looks like everything is fine now.
Lord of Dendro. Is it really the Lord of Dendro?
Why is it talking?
Oh, I can't believe the Lord of Dendro saved me. Thank you, as well as the stranger and creature next to you.
Ah! It can talk?
Oh,
Paimon
I
Sam.
didn't expect such a strange creature to make a sound like that. Seems I'm just as shocked as you are.
What? Of course Paimon can talk. Paimon isn't a strange creature. Paimon's just... Paimon!
Hello, Paimon. I am not yet able to evaluate an organism's intelligence from its appearance. I will only know you are able to speak once you have spoken.
Oh, well, no need to take it seriously. It's no big deal. But does Paimon really look so dumb that people might think Paimon doesn't know how to talk?
Oh my god. Rip Paimon. There's no need to start worrying about all that all of a sudden.
You misunderstand, Paimon. A mouth is used for eating, breathing, and other functions that are more important than speaking. So a creature may not speak, even if it has a mouth. I've never seen a creature like you before, so I dared not make the assumption that you could speak. Even if you do possess a number of human traits, it is still very common for creatures to have similar external forms but completely different interiors, just like fungi and slimes.
Did this fungus study at the academia? It seems even more talkative than Paimon.
You're not a fungus, are you?
That's correct. This might be surprising to you, and I'm sure that you must have questions. Let's find somewhere else to talk. It might startle my fellow family members if I speak too much using this strange voice. Me, 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 me.
Cute.
It says that it's very thankful for your help.
Okay, I still want to know why you're talking to me.
I was confident that I knew of all the creatures in Teyvat. Even if there are ones I've never seen with my own eyes, I thought I possessed all the relevant knowledge about them. However, even if I were to lay out the traits of all elemental life forms, you don't seem to match any of them. What are you? And where did you come from?
I come from an ancient race. We have existed for a very long time, possibly longer than any records in existence. My home was filled with flowing water and great mountains. Lush grass covered the land, and my family and I lived in bliss and happiness. Until the apocalypse came and changed my home forever.
Oh,
A horrifying power consumed all there was. The seeds of catastrophe nested and grew inside of us, twisting and warping us, causing us to lose control. We were victims of the apocalypse, yet in time, we also became the apocalypse itself.
The apocalypse?
I'm not sure what it means either. It sounds like some kind of old fable.
It's a long and complicated story. It will take me some time to explain it clearly.
Don't worry, we'll listen. Please continue.
I was lucky and managed to survive. Afterward, I left with some of my family and came to Sumeru to search for a way to rescue my homeland. We came in contact with many species and learned from their cultures and knowledge, hoping to understand the truth behind the apocalypse. We later found out that humans know the power of the apocalypse and refer to it as forbidden knowledge.
oh, that's interesting. Forbidden knowledge.
Your home was destroyed by forbidden knowledge? Does that mean you're from the desert?
It said that they are looking for a way to save their homeland, but the catastrophe of the desert should have ended a long time ago.
The Lord of Dendro is correct. We are not from the desert. I would very much like to tell you the location of my homeland, but unfortunately, I've forgotten. That may sound a little odd, as it is very important to both me and my family.
Yes, how could you forget?
I am a life form that was contaminated by the apocalypse. A part of my knowledge and memory was taken away as the contamination inside of me was purged.
Ah, I get it now. So the void of elemental power was left behind from when the forbidden knowledge was purged. I'm sorry. I hadn't considered that kind of possibility.
That's okay. Lord of Dendro, there is no need to apologize. Without your help, I would have lost more than just my knowledge and memory. And not only did you save me, but you've also already rid the world of the remaining forbidden knowledge, right?
That's right. The forbidden knowledge is no more, and your homeland should be safe now.
My home should be safe now. We can go home. For the longest time, this moment has only seemed like a dream. I never knew it would become a reality so quickly. I was unable to fulfill our calling. I never found a way to save my homeland, and I have even forgotten where it is.
It's not your fault. You've already done everything you can. Every species paid a grave price in the fight against forbidden knowledge. This is not a responsibility you should carry on your own. You mentioned that there were other survivors besides yourself. Where are they? Maybe they'll remember.
The apocalypse put us through immense pain. Many of my family members have already met their end. I'm not sure who else is still alive.
Don't worry, I should be able to find them. Just leave it to me. I'll leave the rainforest to the Aranara. And as for the city, there are a few nice kids that should be willing to help.
Oh yeah, they'll give us a hand.
Give me a moment. I'll contact them right now. That should do it. It may take some time to find them, so let's wait for a bit.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro. We all believe that you will keep your promises. The moment I saw you when I awoke, I had a feeling you were here because of the agreement.
Agreement?
You might not remember, but this is a prophecy that we deeply believe in. That the Lord of Dendro will bring us home once the catastrophe comes to an end.
Ah, I see. I'm sorry. There are also some blurry segments in my memory as well. But I'm very concerned about your homeland. This is something I should help with. It's really no trouble to me at all.
Would you all be willing to come with me somewhere as we wait? The more family members that can return home with me, the better.
But didn't you say that you don't know where they are?
Yes, but I know their end. I will explain it to you along the way.
So that's not exactly what I expected. Very interesting. So is it like... Well... I guess we kind of know that, like... If you play the story quest, and this is not a spoiler to you, but it may be a spoiler, so plug your ears, I guess. We already know that King Deshret and Ruka Devada kind of gave up a lot to try and seal away the forbidden knowledge, only for it to be totally eradicated only after Ruka Devada was erased from the collective memory of the Earth via Irminsul. So I wonder...
There's something that I'm very concerned about.
Are you talking about the crystal? Or are you talking about your fuzzy memories? Honestly, both, but I'll ask about the I'll suggest the fuzzy memories.
Yes. I didn't mention it just now, but do you remember when I told you that the power in the crystal is very similar to mine, yet also different?
Yes.
The elemental power inside the crystal is completely identical to that of the fungus.
What?
Oh. There's a connection between the crystal and the fungus. Well, what a coinky dink.
Exactly. The prophecy that it mentioned was probably an agreement that I made with an elemental life form that once represented its race. I had to deal with the forbidden knowledge to save their homeland. The process, however, took away some of my memories. That sequence of events would explain the persistent feeling that I had unfinished business.
Makes sense. Too bad it's unable to tell us more.
Yeah, I've been trying to think of a place that fits the description of its homeland, but I'm unable to come up with anything.
It's very interesting. Well, we'll just have to continue investigating. Don't worry, Nahida, we'll figure it out.
Agreed. I really want to send them home, so they won't have to wander around anymore.
Yeah, I wonder if it's Conria specifically, or...
The road here is a little rough. I'll lead the way.
Don't worry, Paimon can handle any road! Ah! Enemies! You're up, travelers!
Of course. Of course.
Gather! Freeze!
It kind of feels good to play like my freeze team again.
Amazing. With such skills, you all would have definitely been able to find a way to survive the apocalypse.
Hey! Paimon has been meaning to ask. You all didn't originally look like this, did you?
No, we didn't. The appearance of our kind will change according to the environment. After communicating with various living organisms in Sumeru, we discovered that fungi are the life form most adapted to live in these lands. Thus, we gradually took the form of fungi and became a part of their group.
It's hard to believe that's even possible.
The most important instinct any life form possesses is adapting to the environment. I don't think that should surprise you, Paimon. Your hand is shaped like that for a reason, so you are able to grip and use tools more easily. The reason why fungi absorb elemental power is to blend with the environment and fend off natural predators. We are dendro life forms, one of the most ancient life forms in this land. That is why we are so adaptable.
So you mean, if Paimon wanted to, Paimon could change into a different form as well?
Not as freely, I'm afraid. You would require a long time to make that happen. Although this is common sense to us, it is still extremely difficult to explain. Putting it as simply as possible, changing form requires energy, and energy comes with time. You cannot make a sprout grow into a giant tree instantly, nor can you force a tree to bear fruit overnight.
I see. Humans have a term for this. It's called growth.
Ah, you're so smart, Nahida! Paimon gets it now!
Sometimes I really think Paimon is just a child. Baby. Seems like it's pretty good at coming up with metaphors as well. Seems like it's pretty good at coming up with metaphors as well.
Growth. I see. Yes, then this is what you would call growth. A most beautiful word. I shall enjoy it more as we walk.
How much farther is it?
Paimon, I even
We're
want.
about halfway there. You're doing great, Paimon. Do you need me to carry you on my back?
Huh?
Alright then.
You seem to enjoy taking care of others.
You think so? Does the Lord of Dendro need to be carried?
Aw.
That would be awkward, wouldn't it? Why don't you fly up and sit on top of my head?
We can figure out who will carry who later! We have hostages here!
We sure do. Now we don't.
I think we may have a different understanding of carrying someone. No matter whether it's tired or not, my child is always happy when I put it on my back and give it a ride.
Child?
Cute.
You mean the fungi we ran into earlier?
Yes, one was my friend, and the other was my child.
Why can't your kid speak?
Because it's just a fungus. I don't want my presence to change or affect the original state of the fungi species here. However, it is slightly different from an ordinary fungus. It seems to understand some human language, so I gave it a name.
Oh, then it must be a really cute name. You know, like Bongo Head.
You have an odd taste for names.
Huh? Paimon thinks that name is great.
Strange and cute at the same time. It's a name only Paimon would be able to come up with.
That's right.
The name I came up with was not as creative as Paimon's. I learned it from an adventurer. Its name is... I'm sorry, but I've forgotten. Seems like I've forgotten many important things.
That's so sad. Don't worry. We can try and remember it on the way.
Yes, I must remember it before I return. It's just as important as my homeland.
You poor little fungus.
Yes, this way. We're almost there.
Is this a withering zone? Yeah, it is. Is this like a new one for the quest, or did I just miss this one?
It's the Withering.
Okay, it's scripted.
Yes, I have heard humans also call it that before. It's the last form we take when we are at the end of our life.
Paimon doesn't understand.
It's trying to say that when they've suffered enough and reached the end of their life, they become a tumor of the withering.
Yes, I would have also suffered the same fate if it wasn't for the Lord of Dendro's help.
So, this is how the Withering is formed?
Previous research has revealed that forbidden knowledge is the root cause of the withering. But even if forbidden knowledge has been completely removed, its influence still remains, which is why the withering remains even after forbidden knowledge has disappeared. They've been tormented by forbidden knowledge for a long time. It's understandable that they will eventually become the withering. But what a sad and pitiful end.
When I left my homeland, flowers like these filled the fields. Each bloom represented an individual life. They grew in the pristine lakes, in the fertile soil, in my home, and in the homes of my friends. They grew everywhere, until the world suddenly lost all its color and became tainted and murky. But it's all right. Our life essence, elemental power, still resides in this flower. After an adventurer clears the withering, I will quietly draw near the area. If I can sense the elemental power of my companions, then I take them with me.
But that would mean the effects of forbidden knowledge could have...
It's okay. That's not important anymore. I just hope that they can all make it back home. It's not right to leave them to simply perish in the open like this. Now that we finally have the chance to return home, each one I manage to bring back will make me that much happier.
I understand. Just leave it to us.
Yo, that's fucked up. That's so sad. What do you mean? What do you mean? These dendro elemental life forms turn into the withering. Now I understand that tweet I saw earlier today. Oh my god. Anyway. I got this, or I don't got this. And this is a product of forbidden knowledge after all. I guess I got this.
So you're worried about me? It's fine. Forbidden knowledge doesn't exist anymore. It's natural to want to be overcautious when dealing with a highly venomous snake, but when all that's left is its skeleton, there's nothing to worry about.
If you say so. I don't know, I feel like I doubt that. Okay, Nahida.
Paimon doesn't get what you two are talking about, but we're all ready to go now, right? Then let's do this! We've dealt with the withering countless times already!
That's so sad. They don't even get to die normally. They get turned to this shit.
I will have order.
Oops. Wrong thing. Leave me alone. Did it again. Probably just be one more left.
Gather.
Go.
Mind the deluge.
I see everything.
Cool it.
One down. Two down.
You're
Oh my
getting on
god.
nerves.
Okay. Oh, alright.
Stabilize. Order guide you.
What was
Cascade.
that about? Fucking rude. Can't believe this.
As I expected, it's the last of my kind that I'm aware of. So it wasn't able to make it to the end. If only it could have held on just a little longer.
I hope that you will be free of this pain after returning home.
Just thinking about how many elemental life forms have turned into tumors of the withering makes Paimon sad.
It's okay. As long as elemental power still exists, then we will still be around. An external form is but a gift of time. Through growth comes change, and even abandonment of previous forms. However, our true nature is not so easily affected.
It wouldn't have come to this if we were able to cure them earlier. But I will cure all of them. Even if it's just for the sake of the rainforest and all the life forms that live in it.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro. It was a wise choice for us to place our trust in you and wait.
Hold on. I think I got something. Oh, I see. Okay, I understand. Thank you so much. So, they found a fungus that matches the description I gave them. It's currently unconscious.
It must be in a similar situation as I was. We should hurry and go take a look.
Okay, follow me.
Let's go. Let's save the fungus. The treasure chest.
All yours, should you have any use for them.
Alright, let me revive Kaya. I can't believe this.
Wheel of Life.
I can't believe they killed Kaya. There we go. That's really, like, this story always takes me places because it always does something I don't expect. Like, when I think I understand the laws of the world, they're like, nope, take this, and they hit me with a curveball. Straight
We're
in the
close now.
kisser.
It's just a little further inside.
But there are so many fungi here. They're probably all ordinary fungi, right?
If we startle them, we won't be able to avoid a fight. We won't be able to avoid a fight.
Yeah, they won't be happy to see us.
No fighting. These are all its family. Although we belong to different species, we've spent a long time living among the fungi. They are very important to us. They can be reasonable, as long as we try to communicate.
What should we do? You're the only one who can make it through, right? But you'll need Nahida's power if you want to save that fungus.
I've got an idea. Can you teach me how to change into a fungus?
You want to transform into a fungus? But we don't have time for growth.
Nahida is a god. Changing into a fungus should be a piece of cake for her.
Even gods can't bend the laws of time so easily.
Then we'll have to enter with the risk of being noticed. We may not be able to avoid a fight. But if spending some of my power will guarantee the safety of you and its family, then I'm willing to try.
All right. You have great elemental power, so you may be able to do it. You will have to use power equal to that which is required to break through the limitations of time. I will lend you the relevant knowledge that I have. It should make your transformation process a little easier.
Alright, I'm ready. Changing into a fungus should be quite an interesting experience.
Lord of Dendro, this is nothing to joke about. I am extremely serious about this.
No, this is exciting.
As am I. I'm not joking at all.
All right. Let's not get hung up here. If it's really possible to turn into a fungus, then why don't we give it a try now?
Okay. Good luck, Lord of Dendro.
Wow,
Fungus time.
you really turned into a fungus!
So, how does it feel? Or, how do you like it? How does it feel, I guess?
It's actually not too bad. My perspective in this form isn't much different from usual. The unconscious fungus is just below here. Can you all help me determine which one it is?
Oh, how do we do that?
I'll get close to them while you make your way over from above. You should be able to identify them using elemental sight since they're elemental life forms. Then, all you have to do is repeat the correct answer in your mind. As long as I'm able to see you, then I'll be able to hear your answer.
Okay, got it.
Let me lure away the fungi up top and make way for you.
All right, good luck, Nahida. Let's go, Traveler.
Operation Save the Fungus as I go. Oh, I'm sad I don't get to play as it, but little floaty fungus.
There's a fungus on patrol in the center there. It looks pretty vigilant, so I'd better go around it.
I hope I did that right.
Why is it reacting like that? Uh-oh, the fungus on patrol noticed me. Nah.
Uh-oh. Did I blow it already? I did. I absolutely did. Ugh. Alright, so I should have gone left. Okay. Why do they gotta throw quick time events at me? I didn't realize there was no fungus on the left either. I was like, wait, quick time event?
There's a fungus on patrol in the center there. It looks...
Oh wait, there is. Yeah, I'm right next to this guy.
No!
Nana.
Well, at least I guess it's not as startled as the other one. Oh, I see it.
It seems they didn't notice me.
I see
It
the guy.
seems that fungus won't be moving
snoozing.
for the moment. I should hurry and make my way through.
Come on, Nahida. We gotta save a fungus. A not so fungus fungus. You gotta save an elemental being that looks like a fungus.
This is the spot. There are several fungi here.
Nahida,
I'll hide and wait for the traveler to catch up.
I think you could tell which one it is, please. Wait, I forgot how to use elemental sight with mobile. With mobile? What? The controller. Alright, over here. Yeah, I can tell which one it is just by looking. There he goes. It's the one I thought it was this whole time.
So this is the one. Understood.
Alright, Nahida. Let's go make friends with the fungus. Seeing their companion regain consciousness, so nearby fungus lower their guard, and I didn't get to finish reading it.
Nahida? What's wrong?
I think she used a lot of power.
I never knew that it was so tiring to change forms like that. I even used the techniques that it taught me. Seems like its warnings were not unfounded.
The power of time accumulates slowly and goes unnoticed. A great price is to be paid if you wish to perform drastic changes instantly. Thank you for everything you've done. All seems to have gone according to plan. Now, we simply wait for it to wake up.
Who are you? I apologize. Language is not easy. Need long time.
It's okay, I have good news. Let me explain it to you the fungi way.
Apocalypse ended? Go home now?
Yes, unfortunately I've forgotten where home is. I was hoping you still remembered.
I remember.
Really? That's great!
Home, Dendro Dragon.
Dendro Dragon? Huh, my voice went funny. Went funny.
Dendro Dragon. Ah, yes, the Dendro Dragon. I'm sorry, I just got so excited. I've probably never expressed such emotions before. But yes, our home is the Dendro Dragon.
Oh, wait a minute. Paimon's confused. Do you mean the Dendro Dragon as in an elemental dragon? Like Dvalin?
Yes, they're both dragons, but Apep, the Dendro Dragon, has been around for longer and has accumulated dense elemental power. But I don't quite understand. Why would you say that your homeland is a dragon?
Because we live inside the Dendro Dragon.
The Dendro Dragon. Inside. Very big. Mountains, water, trees. Us.
There is an entire world inside the Dendro Dragon's body. The Dendro Dragon nurtured the earliest life forms and protected us inside of itself. It once told us in a majestic voice that once we finally matured, we'd be able to start life in a new world. However, that day never came. Our homeland was the greatest place there ever was before the apocalypse arrived.
Paimon's still confused.
Is it like Dendro slimes giving birth to smaller slimes?
Yes, a very good example. It appears that you're much smarter than Paimon. The only difference is that the Dendro Dragon is much, much larger than any Dendro slime.
Wait, then if that's the case, doesn't that imply that a pep has also been contaminated by forbidden knowledge?
Yes, that is correct. What has suddenly made you look so worried, Lord of Dendro? I haven't seen this expression on you before.
A pep is the most adaptable life form in the world. The forbidden knowledge should have become a part of its body a long time ago. Which means that if all the forbidden knowledge has been eliminated,
then a big void will also form inside the dragon.
I'm afraid so. Its body and soul have probably been in terrible shape for some time now. No wonder I haven't seen a pep for so long. But how did it get contaminated? Was it due to the destruction of King Deshret's civilization? But anyway, a pep disappeared and has been gone ever since that time. It's been enduring unimaginable pain all the while. It's probably in pain as we speak.
So, saving the Dendro Dragon is the important thing that you need to do?
Yes! How could I have forgotten? If the Dendro Dragon fails to hang on, the elemental power inside it will no longer be able to maintain its form and will all be dispersed. Dendro elemental power of that concentration will cause the rainforest to overgrow. Giant trees will completely block out the sun. Plants and humans will fight over oxygen. Sumeru will no longer be suitable for sustaining life.
Nahida, get a hold of yourself. It's gonna be fine. We'll fix it. We always do.
What about the crystal? Why don't you show it to them and see if they know anything about it?
Yes, I'm sorry. You're right. We don't have time to panic. Have you two ever seen anything like this before?
No.
Its power feels very familiar. Like something from our homeland, but I don't know what it is. I'm sorry our memories aren't very reliable.
It's okay. I'll contact my helpers just as I did before and see if they can locate your other family members. I'm counting on you all. Your info is crucial to us now. Let's wait for their reply again, though I know waiting can feel unbearable at a time like this.
Thank you. Family bringing fruit.
I explained to them that you aren't hostile. After seeing you save it, its family is very grateful to you.
Go home, leave. Hard decision. Don't know. They are weak. I worry. If waiting, then I hope.
Don't worry. I understand what you are trying to say. Family is very important to us, no matter when we were actually family. It has done a lot to protect this territory and can't help but worry now that it's about to leave. Can you do one last thing for it while we wait?
Of course, I can relate to how it's feeling. I need to organize my thoughts as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Tend, soil, food. Don't like plant invasion.
There are two things that it wants you to do. One is to look after the land that the food is grown in, and the other is to drive away the plants that are trying to invade the area.
Soil. There. First. Seed. Here.
Paimon understood that. No need to translate. We'll take care of it right away.
Alright. Let's go plant some food. They're so happy. Oh, this way.
What's the hurry?
I don't know. What is the hurry? Alright. With the tiny farm. Let's plant some seeds. Water the farmland. What's wrong with my throat? Alright.
We planted all the seeds! It's time to handle the invading plant life!
Alright. Where is it? Wait. No. Where? Is it me or did the... Is it just this? No, it's not. What am I looking for then? Oh, the sweet flowers. Oh.
Flower flowers! It wasn't kidding when it said plants were invading!
Okay. Well, never mind then. I thought it was just plants. I've been bamboozled. Absolutely pranked.
Whew. That should be all of them. That wasn't too tough.
Nahida, are you feeling better?
Yeah, I've calmed down now. But it doesn't seem like there's too much we can do until we receive some new leads.
Can you tell us about the Dendro Dragon? We don't know anything about it. Who is it? And what does it have to do with King Deshret?
Well, the history of dragons starts from the very beginning of Tevat. Sumeru was Apep's territory. In those days, the lush rainforest covered the entire nation.
Oh, so there was no desert back then?
Not at first. That came when a giant spike fell from the sky, turning a huge section of the rainforest into sand. In an attempt to adapt to its new environment, Apep changed color from the emerald green of the forest to the yellow of the sand.
No wonder those two elemental life forms are always talking about the importance of adapting.
Apep has always seen itself as the master of Sumeru, and has refused to recognize the new order that was established. Even now, it probably still holds great hostility toward the gods. However, powerless against the power in the sky, and then the forbidden knowledge many millennia later, it's been unable to stir up any trouble.
I thought the gods and dragons were on good terms. Honestly, Traveler, as we've seen, it kind of seems to depend, because the elemental beings that existed before the Seven were put into power seems to really be like up to the individual, but I'll let you have it, I guess. I'll let you have the curiosity, the questioning.
Conflicts between the two sides are destined to continue until a balance can be found. As far as I know, Apep had been slumbering in the desert, and King Deshret had taken a great interest in it. Maybe this is why Apep was contaminated. I'm not sure what may have led it to become involved, but rescuing it is definitely our top priority right now. The crystal that I have in my possession is probably the key that links the two matters together.
I have a funny feeling for like what we know, that crystal definitely belonged to Ruka Devata, and it may have been in a result of her knowing that the forbidden knowledge would corrupt the elemental dragon, Apep. Because being the god of knowledge, she obviously would have known most things, if not everything, because she is the one who can peer into Irminsul and see the collective memory, as well as, you know, she had been granted the greatest knowledge. Excuse me while I farm for wood. It's very important that I have enough wood. There we go.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro. family happy.
You really like them, don't you?
Family like. Do you not like your family?
That's not what Paimon meant. It's just that you guys aren't actually the same species.
Does that matter? Family likes me. I like family.
Paimon doesn't quite understand.
What it's trying to say is that as long as family members get along well, then nothing else matters. You place importance on appearances, but we do not. We find the experiences, knowledge, and connections we've made to be more important. These are all things that are more reliable than mere external appearances. These are the fruits of time, and the essence of what it means to grow.
Oh, Paimon gets it now! Looks can always change, so what's inside of us is more important.
Well, Paimon, what if my looks changed? Or what if your looks changed, Paimon? What if?
It wouldn't matter. Paimon would still be able to recognize you right away.
If you say
Oh.
so.
Understood. Thank you.
I like that those are like ferns.
Still nothing new from the forest. Seems like we won't be able to find your other family members for now. It appears we are out of leads to follow. And if no one knows how this crystal works, then a pet may be in danger.
Sorry.
It's okay. It isn't your fault. I don't think it's a coincidence that neither of you can remember anything about the crystal. Maybe it's because the crystal has a very close connection to forbidden knowledge, which causes memories of it to be unclear. And if that's the case, finding the other fungi still wouldn't help us at all.
The crystal and the apocalypse. The apocalypse and memories. Lord of Dendro, do you still remember the prophecy?
I do. What about it?
The prophecy is a story that connects events of the past and the future. A family member once said that the apocalypse is a part of us, and that there is value in preserving it. The rest of the family did not approve of its opinion at the time, so it left.
Preserving the apocalypse? Do you mean that there's still some that hasn't been eliminated?
That's not very likely. The power of Irminsul covers every inch of the land. Did the prophecy say where that family member went?
To the limitless depths east of Sumeru. A murky place that no one can return from.
The chasm. I think it's interesting to say like nobody can return from the chasm, because I very clearly have returned from the chasm several times. Yokes aside, that's a fancy little egg of knowledge right there.
Yeah, that must be the chasm, right? But what is it doing there?
It's impossible to preserve forbidden knowledge, but what if it can be converted to a different form? I'm sorry if I'm suddenly not making any sense. However, I do think it's possible. Follow me. I'll explain it once we find that elemental life form.
Hello. Where's my mod at, yo? I don't know. I thought I had done that. Perhaps I have not. Porghaps. Let me see if I can open. This is the team I'm using because I figured they were gonna give me Nahida, which they've done already once. So that way I can use Ayato as like main DPS. essentially. And kind of like, kind of secondary. It's like mostly because I've been using that Alhaitham team so much, and I really like the damage and everything, and I really like Alhaitham as like a DPS and stuff. But Yae still needs new artifacts if I'm going to be using her as kind of the battery for the for that Dendro reaction of Hyper Bloom. And you know, I ain't about that artifact life right now. It's such a fucking pain. It's like the RNG absolutely hates me. Like with a passion, absolutely hates me. It like never wants to do what I want it to do. If I go, okay, and then there you go. You should be modded now. I think I fixed it. Oh, wait, how did I hit? Oh, okay. Anyway, let's continue. Let's see if we can find this elemental life form in Chasm.
So that elemental life form came all the way here on its own and spent a long time by itself? Wouldn't it already have become the Withering like the others?
There is a chance that it could avoid that end, using the power of something here. I'm referring to what was used to fight against the Abyss. It once repaired the rifts of Tevat long ago. It has the ability to purify and stabilize powers that shouldn't exist in Tevat. Forbidden knowledge that its light has shone upon is kept here forever in a different form.
You mean the oozing filth? Oh, that's interesting. So that's where that came from.
It's just like soap bubbles that rise to the water surface.
Another strange metaphor, but Paimon somehow gets this one.
What the Lord of Dendro means is that the apocalypse was altered by the power of the giant spike and hidden within the oozing filth.
Yes, and it shouldn't be far from here. Let's go and take a look.
Alright, oozing filth. It's very funny because that's the rift where you get stuck with Yelan and everybody during that quest down here in the chasm. Also, I probably should have this gadget. There we go. Just in case. You never know when you're gonna need to clear away some oozing filth to keep your nice fancy boy shoes clean. Right, Ayato? That's what I thought. Ooh, that's some oozy ooze over there. There's also rift hounds over here.
Look, it's over there!
Thanks, Paimon. I saw
Looks
it.
like we'll have to clear out the oozing filth in this area. You two should be able to take care of it, right?
Yep, we know what to do. We'll just use the lumen stone on the oozing concretion.
The depths beckon.
Well, damn. Ayato would just be like,
Finally managed to rescue it.
I'ma destroy
It should be the life form
Watch.
from the prophecy.
That light.
something dark is coming out. Something's not right!
I know, all these spoilers for you. But hey, I enabled drops for Genshin Impact. So if you've been watching my stream, there's Genshin drops you can collect for watching it for certain amounts of time. If you didn't see it, you can probably refresh the chat and get the notification to pop up again. Because when I refreshed the chat, I could see it again. So hey, collect those drops. Watch my stream. Wink. I may not be sponsored, but I love Genshin Impact, and I think you should get those drops and enjoy it more. Anyway, everyone, back up.
What's going on? Didn't Nahida say it was purified?
Maybe it's because such a long amount of time has passed. Although the power of the oozing filth is more stable than that of the apocalypse, it is still a form of dangerous power. It might have lost its mind after being soaked in it for such a long time.
Oh no! But we still have tons of questions we need to ask!
I should be able to purge it with my elemental power.
Oof. Oof. Wait, don't do it. This is definitely connected to forbidden knowledge.
But this is our only chance.
I said no, and I mean it. We can't go through with that again.
Traveler!
I'm sorry. I got a little anxious. I mean, with good reason.
It's okay. I trust your judgment. I was being a little hasty myself. Let's see if we can think of another way.
What about the crystals?
Oh yeah! You said that the elemental power in the crystal was identical to theirs!
You want to use its power, but...
The Lord of Dendro seems hesitant. I too would advise caution. It's risky to use its power without fully understanding its intended use.
Don't understand. This no good, that no good. Save life. Important.
Yes, I understand, but this is our only chance to return home. We cannot afford to be careless.
It's okay, there's no need to argue. I'll think of something to do about the elemental power that will be used. How about this? Traveler, you could try using it. I understand that you have an amazing resistance to forbidden knowledge.
Sure thing. That's because I'm not from this planet.
Don't overdo it, Traveler. Paimon will be worried.
Lord of Dendro, and you others, how long have I been waiting here?
Yay! Looks like it worked!
Lord of Dendro, here in person. Does that mean the apocalypse has come to an end? Wait, did you get smaller again?
I'm sorry, that portion of my memory is highly unreliable at the moment. I can't seem to remember who you are.
That sounds about right. After all, the purpose of my existence is precisely for those unreliable memories you speak of. You once said that the apocalypse will be completely eradicated, and that relevant memories will become unstable. Even you couldn't promise that you'd remember our agreement after those events take place. However, you are definitely someone who stays true to your word. My sacrifice is nothing compared to your resolve.
You and I made the agreement?
Yes, you used your power to protect me. That is the reason why I was able to survive here. To be honest, I'm nearing my end. I had thought I'd be stronger than this.
No one can withstand the power of the apocalypse.
In order to preserve a somewhat stable memory, I had to change the power of the apocalypse into a different form. Only the giant spike that fell from the sky was capable of doing something like that. But the moment I chose to go through with it is the moment I lost my chance of being rescued by the Lord of Dendro. But enough about me. Lord of Dendro, let's get to the important matter at hand. As you can see, I won't last much longer.
I understand, and I'm sorry, but... Can you please tell me what this is?
This is a fire seed. It's an essential item for saving the Dendro Dragon. Thankfully, it appears to be in good condition. The Lord of Dendro and our people created this item together. It mimics how the Dendro Dragon's Heart of Oasis operates. The Dendro Dragon has been tormented by the apocalypse for far too long. It too is nearing the end of its power. However, if you are able to reactivate its Heart of Oasis using the Fire Seed, then the Dendro Dragon will begin to recover. And as a result, our homeland will return to the way it once was.
Oh, so the Heart of Oasis is a pep source of power.
No wonder the crystal was able to heal this fungus just now. That's what it's used for.
What? You used the Fire Seed to save me?
Mm-hmm. Why? What's wrong?
That's... never mind. It's not your fault. You didn't know. The Fire Seed contains a high concentration of elemental power inside of it. It's very powerful, yet fragile at the same time. It is not stable in its current form. To prevent any accidents, please don't use it again.
Since I am its creator, I will take responsibility for it. I assure you there's no need to worry.
All right. Aside from being able to heal the Dendro Dragon, the Fire Seed can also resonate with the Heart of Oasis. In other words, you'll be able to find the Dendro Dragon by following the guidance of the Fire Seed. But you should hurry. There is little time to waste.
What about you?
Forget about me. You should hurry home now.
Everyone is returning home, including you.
As I told you, I've already lost my chance to be saved by the Lord of Dendro. Lord of Dendro, I thank you for coming to find me, and for being willing to save the Dendro Dragon. Our past has been saved, and our future has been ensured. It's enough for me, just knowing that they will return home.
Hey, wait! It turned into oozing filth.
Can you use the Lumen Stone once more? I can still feel its elemental power. Please, of all of us, it deserves the chance to return home the most.
Okay. Damn, this is sad. Why do they always do this? Always make me upsetty spaghetti.
This is a small ball of light that it left behind.
I can feel it. I can feel its knowledge and emotions. It has all returned to its original elemental form and is becoming one with the other family members. Do not be sad, my friends. Its wish has come true, and it's very happy right now.
Because its external form doesn't matter, right?
Yes, because our external form does not matter, and our home has been saved. There is nothing more important than being together with family.
Let's go!
Oh my god, I didn't realize I didn't mute my mic so you can hear me chomping on jelly beans. Oops. Well. Alright. warrior. At least I unlocked all the waypoints for the last couple of days so that I could traverse it easier. Because, like, we know I was not traversing the desert while also doing this and making it take 10 times as long. Because I wanted to try and finish this all in one shot, all in one live stream. And I might just do that. Because it's only
not
been...
much further.
Oop.
Follow me. We're close now.
It's only been an hour and 26 minutes according to my live recording. So, it's very possible I'm going to finish this within 3 hours, which is my plan all along. So. Let's see if we can save the dragon. Ooh, rocks.
Solidify!
Need these. Need to craft more rocks. Level up those weapons.
Rise.
Speaking of, I should probably
I
see
can
it.
feel its power lingering and shifting around us. Sometimes it feels distant, but other times it seems close. This is its way of warning us. It has already noticed our presence.
Damn. That guy's got a super radar. Anyway, I was gonna check and see if I could level up Yelan's weapon again. Yes. But now I gotta I gotta farm for more materials. This is tomorrow. That I can do whenever. Alright. That's fine. That's fine. That's why they call it the Genshin grind. Ain't never ending. Especially because I keep getting new stuff.
We won't be able to see anything if we keep going that way. Hey, look! Something's over there!
Excuse me?
We found it. A pep, the Dendro Dragon.
How big is this guy?
I knew it would be big, but not that big.
Puny god, puny human, leave my domain. Frail life forms like you cannot survive in the endless sands of the desert.
A pep, we're here to save you.
I do not need saving, especially not by you, Brewer. You are no different from Amun. Both of you have only existed for a fraction of what you know as time. Yet you call yourselves lords of this land by leaning on the heavens' glow. You're better off paying attention to your path ahead, as you will fall where you've fallen before.
I know that you hate both gods and humans, but you've grown too weak now. Can't you let go of your hatred, even for only a moment?
Let go? For only a moment? Foolish Brewer. You will find no gratefulness from me, even if you heal me. You will only be reviving the dragon that will destroy Sumeru and the Seven Nations.
No, you're ill, that's all.
That I am. Time will bring death to all. It's unavoidable. Although I am gravely ill, my mind remains clear. I am different from the ancient dragons that came to terms with you.
There's no need for this. There's no point in fighting. What we need is the truth.
The truth. The shackles that the God of Wisdom cannot escape from. I have paid dearly for the truth, and you shall do the same soon enough.
Hey, don't leave!
Careful! Something's coming!
Ah! What is that? Paimon's never seen that before!
It's our family.
Huh? They're your family too? But they don't look anything like fungi.
External form not important. Inner nature say.
The composition of their elemental power is identical to ours. In other words, they're residents of our homeland.
Is this what they've become after experiencing the apocalypse?
This is also a form of adaptation, although a most gruesome and pitiful one. Many of our family members never made it out of the Dendro Dragon. They've gradually taken this form in order to survive the apocalypse.
Is there any way to avoid fighting them?
Hey! Can you guys talk? We're here to rescue you!
They're not responding. Unfortunate.
They've given it their all just to survive.
That's very
They're being drawn
unfortunate.
by the fire seed. Only its power can temporarily free them from their pain. All that remains are the instincts to survive and search for energy needed to do so. Everything else has been discarded in the process of adaptation.
So this is the result of forbidden knowledge.
Would our world become the same if forbidden knowledge was allowed to rampage across Tevat?
Unfortunately.
Like fish struggling on land, unable to find a single puddle of fresh water in the entire world.
We can talk about this later. Let's deal with them first. We can talk about this later.
Yes, but please try to be gentle with them. They are not evil in nature. All they want to do is survive.
I understand that, but they're gonna come at me.
Stabilize! Dodge this!
It's not like I'm worried though, because like this is like the heavy hitter team.
Paimon thinks they used up all their strength. They don't seem aggressive anymore.
They want to go home.
Yes, it was never their intention to leave the Dendro Dragon.
Is there a way to make them revert to their elemental form? Years of torment is what turned them into their current state. Their external form has become their shackles. It seems only the fire seed or a Pep's Heart of Oasis can save them. But it'll be risky if we use the fire seed again.
Then let's save the
Correct.
dragon.
We cannot use the fire seed again.
Everyone goes home. Not just us.
This is becoming quite the dilemma.
Let me think for a second.
I feel like you already have
It's
the
fine.
answer.
Let's use the power of the fire seed. I can't bear leaving them in the desert like this. Don't worry, the decision is on me. I'll take responsibility for whatever happens.
I feel like this is a bad idea.
It won't require much elemental power. I'm just worried that it'll become unstable. But as long as I use my elemental power to stabilize it a little, it shouldn't be a problem.
Thank you. Sorry. Stubborn.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro.
Returning home is the most important thing to you. I've come to understand that during our travels. I'm not doing this just to protect you, but also because I hope to use you and your experience and try speaking to a Pep again. After all, that giant Dendro Dragon is also your family. Maybe it would listen.
I will stand with you, Lord of Dendro. I will never forget your kindness.
Yes!
Thank you. Alright, here it goes.
The little animals.
Family. we will all be able to go home soon.
Fungus. Sounded like he was saying yas.
Whoa, it's shining now.
Whoa. It's getting bigger.
Endless amounts of knowledge and emotions are moving inside of me. They're all very excited. To imagine such growth could be achieved in such a short period of time.
It's because you're carrying everyone's hopes and dreams.
Yes, finally, we can go home.
This is the last part. Let's go.
Alright. We're almost there. What shape does the self hold? Find where a pep is hidden. Also, let me see if I can see where this Dendroculus is. Oh, it's up there. How did I miss that? Hold on. Detour. Dendroculus detour. I'm gonna pick this up before I forget it, because then I'll never pick it up until I see it again. And who knows when that is. There we go, it's up there. There's another one over here? I have not explored enough of the desert. Well, don't you dare. Don't you dare fall on me, sir. That's rude. Just pick it up. There we go. Where's the other one? I don't see it over there. That's where it says it is. Unless I'm wrong. It appeared over here, right? I wonder if it's underground. Which is another thing that likes to be a problem. Is that it appears, but it's actually underground. It's not actually on, you know, up here. Oh god. 1000 bits, number 2. I don't think it's in here, is it? Wait. Are you hiding in the tent? You are hiding in the tent. Well, did you need to take a nap or something? I'm confused. Anyway, it's all the way over there. My puppy wants my attention. Hello, miss. Wait, what's behind me? Oh, okay. Never mind. Over there. We're gliding. We're soaring. Flying. Isn't that like...
Gather!
something from High School Musical? Probably is. Like, I can't remember anymore. My brain says that was Zac Efron and whoever that girl was in High School Musical. It's been so long. The only reason why I remember Zac Efron is because he basically became a meme.
Cool it!
You know, his weeb side part was popular back in the early 2000s. You know, the good old days. That wasn't a scarab, that was just a fire.
I will have order. Crumble. Freeze.
Let's take a scarab that turned real quick.
Cool it.
My mistake has now gained me hilly trail battles for days. I really hate the shield. Oh. The other hilly trail just, you know, roll over, give up. You are too strong for me. I will run away in fear.
Solidify.
Nice choice. Yeah, this one's gonna pick a fight with me though.
Cascade.
Okay, apparently that does enough damage to
Stabilize.
break the white iron. thing to come back up. Before you say I could just use a claymore.
Gather.
Why would I do that when I have Zhongli? Look at him and ask me. Why would I bother with the claymore? That's it. That's all I have to say about that. Alright, now I've collected my chunks. Ooh. A viewpoint. Collect that after this.
This cave is huge. Could this be where the Dendro Dragon lives? Yeah. Who knows what's inside that cave?
Our goal is not only to find the dragon, but to also enter the world inside of it. That will be impossible if we can't get it to cooperate with us.
But how are we gonna do that? It doesn't seem to want to help at all.
I'll see what I can do. Pep, I know we don't see eye to eye, and that we have a very different understanding of the world and its orders. However, we are both born of elemental power, and both suffered the torment of forbidden knowledge. We are not that different. And right now, we share a common enemy. We should not let our differences get in the way.
Wonder if the Dendro Dragon's even willing to listen.
I don't care about what you believe in, who you hate, or what you've done in the name of hatred. Nor do I expect you to be grateful. I'm here to save both you and your people. My people. They've been searching for a way to save you ever since they left their homeland. They yearn for a chance to return home. And now that everything is over, all the hatred that you harbor has lost its meaning. Rather than continuing to fight, you should consider the life you've produced.
No response.
Your eagerness to survive means that you haven't given up on that world yet. If you claim to know so much more than I, then why don't you truly think about why you want to survive? And why you're so vengeful?
Nahida said, "Fight me. Come at me with your words. I'll beat you." Still no good. Hurry, grab onto me. Blech. Hurry, grab onto me.
Please keep everyone safe. And send us to the homeland.
Nahida's like, think quick. I thought quick. Where did it end up?
Nahida, where are we? Huh? And what about the Traveler? Where'd he go?
I was only able to ensure that we made it here safely. It's possible we arrived at different locations.
Well, then let's go have a look up ahead. Paimon's feeling really worried.
Yep, let's go. I wouldn't worry too much. The Traveler's no pushover.
Paimon knows that. It's just that Paimon isn't used to not having the Traveler around. Let's hurry. He might be just up ahead.
It's kind of like cute that Paimon's so worried, but also she shouldn't worry. The Traveler's got this. Oh, Nahida. We're about to get into a big fight, aren't we? We're definitely about to get into a fight. We've entered the arena.
What's that?
That should be the heart of Oasis. All we need to do is light it with the fire seed, and it'll restore a pep with elemental power. The damage it suffered internally will also slowly begin to heal.
Then let's hurry and light it! We still need to find the Traveler!
Alright, hang on. was even more unstable than I expected.
But why? We barely used it!
I'm not sure. Perhaps the fire seed was only capable of protecting one person? But if I didn't use its power on everyone, there's no way of knowing where you could have been sucked into. And even if that's the case, there's no reason for it to simply shatter, unless...
Unless what?
Unless I was already in a weakened state when I created this fire seed. Which would be when we had first saved the desert.
Oh no. Wait, let's put that aside for a moment. If the fire seed has shattered, wouldn't that mean we came all this way for nothing? Oh, do you know what we should do now, Nahida? Oh, come on, Paimon, think!
Don't worry, Paimon. This is my responsibility. The fire seed is technically just a ball of highly concentrated elemental power. Although my elemental power is slightly different than that of elemental life forms, I gained a better understanding of it when I turned into a fungus. So, all I have to do is imitate that power, while adding some of my own. And I'll be able to do what the fire seed was supposed to.
You're gonna become the fire seed?
Yes. It'll take a lot of power from me, but it still won't be anything compared to when I was in the desert. I might, however, become even smaller.
What happens if you keep getting smaller?
I'll become a blade of grass or a twig. Basically, I'll return to how I was first born. I will be able to unleash power beyond my limits if I can reverse the process of growth.
But you'll lose everything. You'll not only lose your appearance, but you'll lose your emotions, memories, and who knows what else?
That's all right. None of that matters compared to the dangers that a pep is facing right now.
No, wait! There has to be another way. Besides, what will Sumeru do if you turn into a twig?
Maybe you and the Traveler can plant me in the soil of Sumeru once it is all over. I can still communicate with the world through the forest. It's just that you won't be able to see me for some time.
You can't be serious. If the Traveler were here, he definitely wouldn't let you go through with it. If we knew this was how you were going to take responsibility, then we never would have agreed in the first place.
I'm sorry, Paimon, but we're out of options. Not all eagles who have fallen to the ground can soar in the sky once again. But if no risks are taken, then the eagle will be grounded forever.
No. Please, no, Nahida! The fire seed shattered, and she's...
I know. A sacrifice must be made, but not by the Lord of Dendro. We've all grown on this long journey. If the purpose of that growth was to return home, then our wishes have come true. Would you lend us your power?
You knew it would come to this. All the knowledge, language, and emotions that you have learned will be reverted into pure elemental energy. In your new homeland, nothing of who you were will remain. You won't be remembered by anyone. Is that truly the return you've always dreamed of?
Lord of Dendro, don't be sad. This is not your home. We go home. Lord of Dendro should also go home.
Hear us, please.
stupidest game about making you fucking sad I've ever played.
To imagine such growth could be achieved in such a short period of time.
It's because you're carrying everyone's hopes and dreams.
Yes, finally, we can go home.
I can't believe this. Once again, Genshin is like, oh, would you like to like all these characters?
Dodge this!
Would you like to enjoy these little mushrooms that are very cute? Oh, yes? Well, be sad, because we're taking them away. That was incredibly easy compared to what I thought was going to happen. But I have a feeling it's not done yet.
Thank you for protecting me with your elemental power. Goodbye. We may never meet again. I will wait for her no matter how long it takes. This is the agreement we made.
Kamisato Arthur. Suiyu! This is order.
Everyone hold hands.
Hey, rude plants.
I see everything.
Trial Nahida really just is elemental reaction. Probably even my Nahida does more damage than that, and I mostly have elemental mastery on her. That was the wrong person. The wrong child.
Freeze! This moment will be frozen in time.
Is it? Ooh, okay. It's green again.
Solidified!
It's a real boss battle.
Order guide you.
I learned a wonderful word. It's nur, which means light. It will be your name from now on. Sounds
Wait,
like
oh
you.
shit.
Mind the deluge.
Beautiful. Barely
What's the
can see
hurry?
what's going on.
Dodge this.
Because focused, I'm not dying.
Gather.
I see everything.
Be still.
This boss design is gorgeous. Why would you do that just to have me beat it up?
Can you hear Paimon? Say something! You fungi said that your form didn't matter, right? Then let us know that you're alright.
That's enough, Paimon. I know you're sad.
Their knowledge, memories, and emotions have been reverted to elemental power and released. They are no longer able to respond to you. The guardians that have accompanied me for countless eras have also transformed into my elemental power, just as they did. They will be born once again now that they're one. There's nothing to be sad about.
But that's different! They won't ever be the same. Paimon, we will never understand it, and it will never understand us. That's how it's destined to be. But as long as you can be healthy again, then nothing else matters to me, Apep. Samara will be free from threat as long as your health is maintained.
I thought that my rage would be kindled once my power returned to me. However, what I feel now is a feeling that has long eluded me. The feeling of peace.
The forbidden knowledge influenced you ever since you were contaminated, greatly amplifying your hatred and rage.
Yes, there's no denying that. Although my hatred for that usurper from beyond the heavens still stirs deep within me, destroying you and your people serves me no purpose. Be that as it may, my position still stands, and I will have nothing to do with you. When you inevitably perish due to your ever-expanding curiosity, I will still sneer and mock you in my heart.
Rude.
Yeesh! Who can put up with you?
I respect your decision, and with time, I will prove to you that we will not repeat our mistakes. Before you begin resting, there is one last thing I would like to know. How did you become affected by forbidden knowledge?
It's a long story. We all once believed in the distant past that only forbidden knowledge could give us enough power to defeat the heavenly principles. The Dragon King acquired the power of darkness from outside of this world, and led us in a fight against the order established by the outsiders.
Dragon King?
An unimaginable war took place into that, causing destruction on an unprecedented scale. The world itself was on the verge of collapse. In war, the victor would inherit the right to shape the world, while the losers must turn into ash. But I didn't give up on searching for a way to turn the tides, even after the death of the Dragon King. As I attempted to collect more forbidden knowledge from the corners of the world, as it was on the verge of collapse, I was stopped by the giant spike that fell from the sky. Sand dunes arose where there was only forest, and it was as if even Sumeru itself was trying to tell me that the era of the dragons was over.
But you still didn't give up, did you? Because of Amun Al-Ahmar.
Yes. Al-Ahmar eventually obtained this power with the help of Nabu Malikata. His ambitions continued to grow, and he planned to establish a powerful kingdom in my domain. Although I didn't think much of him, I allowed his actions under one condition. The condition was that after his death, all the knowledge he came to accumulate would belong to me. At that time, I still harbored deep regrets. By the time the Dragon King finally returned, the world had irrevocably changed. Some of the dragons have grown close to your kind, and have forgotten all about our hatred from when the world was taken from us. And some died, leaving behind nothing but their bones, while others chose to flee after experiencing pain and agony. But for me, the scales and will of the Dragon King still shine bright in my heart, even to this day. I will follow it until the end of my time.
You really are insane.
When Al-Ahmar's proud kingdom collapsed, I swallowed him whole as I agreed, and absorbed his elemental power. However, what I gained was no benefit. No. I gained the apocalypse. I used up all my strength just trying to keep the pain under control. I had no energy to analyze the knowledge he had accumulated. But even then, I still believe that his insanity was far greater than that of my own.
So that's how the apocalypse started.
I admit that I fell for his trap. I was like a final failsafe in his plan. Tiny Booer, and the rest of you, continue forward. I shall keep a watchful eye. How far will a life so dear and precious to the heavenly principles be able to go? I wonder.
Me too, considering we know nothing about the heavenly principles, except for little nuggets here and there that really don't have much substance.
Hey! Looks like we've been sent back out! Still in one piece, too!
The dragon will need to rest for a very long time before it is fully healthy again. It's not as ruthless as it was before. Curing the dragon of its illness has seemingly made it more open to reason.
Nobody's in a good mood when they're feeling sick. Even though we accomplished something really important, Paimon still doesn't feel happy for some reason.
Bringing everyone home was supposed to be a happy occasion, but it seems like we've lost some of its meaning. But it seems to have lost some of its meaning. I guess I would say bringing everyone home was supposed to be a happy occasion.
Indeed. Although they'll still have the chance to be born again, they've lost their memories of their journey and their feelings for their homeland. Each opportunity for growth is unique in its own way. Perhaps the immense power we released was the pouring out of all these irreplaceable emotions that had built up over time.
Can you really call a place with no family your home?
Family. Right! The Hydra fungus left behind its family. Those two fungi might be waiting for it to return.
Oh yeah! Let's hurry and go take a look! Huh. How are we going to explain all the complicated things that happened?
I don't know if there's explaining those complicated things that happen to a fungus. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've done something? Ah, I see. Level 6, baby! The Lost Hermitage added to the archive. Honestly, this is gorgeous. I guess after this, I'll go back and fight it as a weekly boss and get the drops for the boys. But man, it does shed a little bit more light on the situation with King Deshret. Especially because I'd been going through the quest of, I think it's Lilupor? The genie. And learning about just like her love affair with King Deshret, I think, if I read it correctly, and or at least maybe not her, but I know definitely the Goddess of Flowers was involved with him, because the genie keep mentioning her as her mistress and missing her mistress and all the things. I really wish I had recorded that, but I forgot to. So I'll probably have to read about it again so I can make a better conclusion, but I think it's very interesting how much more is going on in Sumeru than I guess I had expected, considering that Nahida is like a newer god. But let's go talk to these fungus. Let's go let them know that mother slash friend are not returning.
They're still here! Have they really been waiting here all this time? We're back.
I'm sorry. I really am. But it's gone home and won't be able to return for a very long time. Don't be sad. It did it to protect you. Your happiness is more important to it than anything else in the world. It's said that Noor is its most important family member. That's your name, isn't it? Wow. This is wonderful. So it has left traces of itself after all. They will definitely meet again, someday.
Damn. Every single time I do one of these quests, including the unvoiced ones, I feel like I take a new emotional damage.
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today. Panic-stricken, but unable to muster the courage to say anything in opposition. Yes, this was a fine idea.
It's because you're their boss slash the lord of the house. Anyway. No, no. They're so cute. Yeah. It's okay, Noor. You'll be alright. Well, I guess that's it for Nahida's character quest. Ooh, I got an achievement. This one? Defeat the guardian of Pep's oasis without any character being attacked by its aftershock of the apocalypse. Yeah, I was lucky because I didn't understand that.
Everything's in place and they've taken the bait. Yes. Now to start reeling them in.
We'll see. Is the domain open now? Can I fight it? It is. Yes. I'll do my third boss. Finally. Because honestly, I don't really need much of the other ones. Played this game too much. Alright, let's see. Does it really tell me I need a dendro? Oh no, I will... I'll take Nahida.
Time to broaden the horizons again.
Let's see how this does. During the revitalizing phase, the battle objective is to protect the heart of the oasis. Progress will be made when the constant influx of monsters is defeated, and it will decrease when the heart of oasis is attacked. When defeated, some enemies will restore energy for characters. Cool. So that really just is a mechanic of this boss fight. Which is interesting. They're keeping it interesting. They're making weekly bosses not the same thing over and over and over again. With minor tweaks, kind of like the world bosses. Which is nice.
Stabilize!
I also think it's nice that, like, this design is so much different when, like, H.L. is the other dragon we know. And even more different than Dvalin, who's very classic.
Cascade!
Very classic dragon. Like, the dragon. With some minor differences. Like
Solidify!
Wheel of life.
The depths beckon.
It's very creative.
Be still.
And it kind of like gives you this idea of, you know, dendro being flowers. They kind of like make it more flower-like. Okay. Rude.
Opening box of Adepti tricks.
I think I have Chi-Chi. Have little Chi-Chi. My daughter Chi-Chi.
Bro! Yes!
I will have order.
Okay, overkill. Oh, it's not? Wait. Hold the phone. What do you mean? Maybe it did. I just was being impatient.
Hey!
Quake!
Take this.
Cascade! Stabilize!
I see everything!
This bad boy out. Excuse me, how
Mind
dare
the
you?
deluge.
Order guide you.
Everyone hold hands!
Cascade!
Imagine this is C0 Ayato.
Crumble!
Hey!
He's just triple crowned and like level 90. And I did like happen to accidentally, not accidentally because I was intentionally pulling for it, but like
Gather!
by luck of the draw,
Everyone hold
get
hands.
his sword.
Be still.
So he kind of is maximized compared to like my Al-Hatham just has a 4-star weapon, which isn't that bad. It's just
I will have order.
it's not his sword, which would maximize his damage
I see
output.
everything!
Kind of the way that Ayato's does for him.
Back.
And no, I will not give you the 5-star sword that I put on Kaya. That is for Kaya. Kaya gets the Mist Splitter reforged. You can't convince me otherwise.
This might hurt a little. Make yourselves at home!
Considering this is the only element I have that actually gets anything out of that. Whoopsie. Alright, next phase. Which, I thought the transformation is absolutely gorgeous.
This is order.
Damn! That's a huge chunk of health up in the Chun-Li.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I'm gonna have to...
Everyone hold hands!
Where? Oh, there it is.
Commit it to memory!
Cascade! Mind the deluge.
Gonna move right out of it in a second.
Oi.
Orders given. Orders received.
You'll hear about this from Baiju.
Solidify! Cascade! Stabilize!
Life goes on.
I didn't even check, like, I'm just thinking about it now. I didn't even check, like, the
Solidify!
boss's level next to the HP bar.
The depth's
I
back.
did this in the story quest like 2 seconds ago. I wonder if this is higher level, or at least has more HP than the version of that, because they wanted to make it easier the first time you fought it. Yes, I will. Thank you for the rewards. I bet you Baiju uses neither of these just to spite me. I hate artifact RNG. I really do. I really wish it'd give me some usable artifacts. Alright, and there's my 3 bosses for the week. Well, that was adventurous. I'm gonna change our party again. But yeah. Definitely,
Ready when you are.
definitely food for thought with that. Especially like with the whole like thinking that like the apocalypse was more centered around Conria, and more of like the apocalypse is centered more around forbidden knowledge. That I guess in some aspect is kind of linked to Conria, being as like the heavenly principles was a threat that they very much saw a long time ago, you know, the dragons did. And then it just came back and like proved it again when it wiped Conria off the face of the map. But in the end, it really was the forbidden knowledge held by King Deshret that was the undoing of not only himself, but the dragons as well. Or at least
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today. Panicked,
switch your party
but
again.
unable to muster the courage.
Turn the volume down a little bit. But like the thing about Genshin that I love so much is that like it always gives me new things to think about, and since it's still what I call a living game, because it's like not done being added on to and there's still more stuff coming, the like twists and turns will occur at the oddest moments, or things that are like known to us may take a different form, or the information will change very slightly based on new information that's found. And kind of like the Traveler, we are discovering things step by step.
Wine tastes the same
Okay,
as
Jean-Lee, I get it. But like, we will be kind of like, yes, obviously, I haven't read all the books I've picked up in Genshin, but like, the books probably really do give us predictions. The books give us information that maybe you wouldn't get from just doing main story, or just like main story, character story, world story. And the world story tells you more than like the world story quests tell you more than just the main story and character stories. And it's like my brain.
Wait. Huh?
I have so many things that I can focus on. I have so many things that I can learn.
Whatever.
And like, it makes my brain so happy. I love Genshin lore. I love the way that they've handled things. I love how much they care about their story and their characters. And I love how much the world is developed. Even if we haven't seen it like in its full glory just yet, we will soon enough. There's no doubt about that. Like, there's no doubt that this will excuse me? Okay. There's no doubt that this will become, like, more as it becomes... Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
I will have order.
Quake!
Right now, right here, right now. Allow me.
A process of elimination.
How dare you hurt my man? My man number, I don't know. I'll have to count. Anyway, what was I saying?
Emerge, right here, right now.
I've completely lost my train of thought after that.
A sight to behold.
I can't believe I was just,
Emerge,
you know,
right here,
talking about
right
how
now.
much I love this game, and you just like sidetracked me. You hit me like a wrecking ball. Come here. You will suffer for hurting my Alhaithel.
This is order.
Come on out. Emerge, right here.
Oh, his skills not ready. Oh, come on.
Emerge, right now. Emerge.
You think you can save yourself from the inevitable destruction? You can't. Give me my rewards. You sack of potatoes. Ah! I hate artifacts. Have I mentioned that I hate artifacts? Have I mentioned how much I hate the RNG? Have I mentioned how much the reason why it's a meme is because it's one of the most miserable things to grind for the entire game? If I haven't, I'll let you know now. Anyway, I think that's it for today for the stream. I'm gonna finish burning more resin before I go to bed. But thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for joining me today. And I hope you'll join me on Monday at the same time, 8:30 p.m. EST and 5:30 p.m. PST, as I do the Genshin grind again with my best friend, the raccoon, Mariana. Thank you all very much. I hope you enjoyed the story as much as I did. I hope you enjoyed seeing what was next, or seeing it again, depending on if you've seen it before or not. And keep it trashy, my friends. I will be uploading this VOD to YouTube, so yes, you can rewatch it. And I'll probably end up rewatching it because I want to see that again. And I want to collect my thoughts more because I really want to get back on track with making more videos outside of just streams. But it takes a while because I have to script things. And also, I was kind of waiting on this to see what the dragon lore was, because in talking about the webtoon, I wanted to talk about just like the little hint of like the dragons swarming Celestia that happened in the beginning. Or at least I thought were swarming Celestia. I couldn't really tell, but there's a possibility that maybe they were, you know, flying towards Celestia or flying in close proximity, kind of like I hate you, now that I've gotten this information from this character quest. So, yeah. I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Hope you'll join us for more insanity and fighting the bosses for the boys. I'm grinding for both Kaveh and Baiju. My friend is grinding mostly for Kaveh and her laundry list of other characters she hasn't leveled up yet. So, yeah. I hope you'll join us.